Hi, I'm Steve. Part 2 of the Isle of Sheppey. We've come to Thistle Hill Community Woodland. This is one of 2 community woodland spaces on the Isle of Sheppey. What they've done over your shoulder, if we spin the camera around, you'll see there's a large new building estate, a load of new houses. And so I think it's a really nice touch that I think it's Swale Council own this space. I'll check that. I might have to put a little edit on that, but I think it's Swale Council. It's really nice that they've built then these green spaces for the residents to be able to use. So there's a little fitness trail here with some training equipment. I've taken a photo, so we don't need to focus on the video. Sorry, I've got a trainee with me. I've taken a photo of the board. I'll stick that up there so you can have a look. But we're going to go for a little wander around. There's probably not a huge amount to see here, but it's nice that there's a big green space for all the people in these new houses, I think. So it's really cool. So let's go and have a look. Okay, Thistle Hill Community Woodland was opened in 1999. We saw a lot of new housing development as we drove up to this park. So we're opened up into a nice open area. If I just quickly spin round here, you can see some of the fitness and activity equipment maybe that we've got in the park here. What I can also see in the distance actually, but I don't know whether you'll see it on the camera here today, over in the distance there is the Sheppey crossing. That's the big road bridge that we came across in the previous video. So that goes across the piece of water called the Swale that separates Kent from the Isle of Sheppey. I'm not sure why they call it the Swale, but there you go. But you can see here over my shoulder some of the new houses. You can also see the weather's taking a turn for the worse, so we're going to have a little spin around the Thistle Hill Community Woodland. I guess the clue's in the title, isn't it? It's a hill, so yes, we're up high. Have a little spin around here and get back in the car, I think. Let's go find, there's a second set of equipment you'll have seen from that map photo. It'd be nice on a nice day. It's a bit blowy and the showers have started. But yeah, a lot of new housing around here. Catch you in a minute. Okay, we've walked down the edge of this community woodland space and we're at the second activity area here. There's a different style of exercise equipment and things here. So I tell you what, it's just quite nice actually to be here. There's mown paths between all the trees on the routes around here, so you could probably wander around for ages. As I said before, it is 32 acres, so it's a fair size, but you might be able to see off in the distance, there's different routes in and out of this park area, this activity area. So we can take a choice about which way we want to wander next. Let's wander this way. Am I tempted to play on the kit? Is what you're all wondering. No, I'm not. Keep going. Right, here we are. We're at Kingsborough Manor Community Woodland. So this is the second woodland of the day on the island. You can see behind me here, the car park's just up here, around the corner a little bit. So a nice wide track going through the trees, and there's some little paths off left and right, and we can wander around a bit. This is on Plough Road in Minster, and it's opposite a big new caravan park entrance. So it's only a little car park, room for maybe 6 or 8 cars. We've seen one other dog walker, but you might be able to tell the weather's not on our side this afternoon. But we're gonna have a little wander. I don't think there's anything here to do necessarily. There's certainly no toilets and cafes or anything like that. I don't think they've got the exercise equipment. This is just a nice green woodland. Next door we've seen there is a housing development. When I say next door, it's over there a little bit. So we're gonna have a little wander around and just see if there's some views, because we've come up, everyone thinks the Isle of Sheppey's flat, but actually there's a couple of hills on there and we're sort of on a hill here. So we're gonna wander around and apparently there might be a view around the corner. Let's see what happens. We're at Kingsborough Manor Community Woodland still. You can see the main path snaking up through the trees here. It's really pretty. On a nice sunny day it'd be quite nice up here actually. And then we've reached this area you can see over to my right, which is one of 2 overfill ponds apparently. So in the summer these tend to be dry and then in the winter they fill up. I'm not sure where the water is coming from because I think I mentioned earlier we're sort of on top of the hill a little bit here. So bit confused about where this water comes from. I just thought it would have drained down the hill. Shows what I know about these things. But there's a little bit of water gathering at the end of the pond there. There's two here. I'm assuming the other one's going to be down the path a little bit. So we'll wander on. I'm still looking for this view, so let's see if we see it. Okay, so just a little bit further up the path. Turns out here's the second pond, I think. Let's show you. There we go. And there's the main road just on the far side of that fence there. Still haven't found this view that was talked about. So I'll keep walking a little bit further. But it is a grey day and we're getting a bit damp. We can see, you won't see it through the camera and the mist and that, but I can see there are views across the fields out here. But I'm not sure what I was expecting really, whether I was expecting a coastal scene or something at this point. Oh, no, I think we've come to the end of the tracks actually. This is the other end. So this is Court Tree Drive. This is the other end of the path of this little community woodland. So I think actually, oh, and here's Kingsborough Manor Estate. Okay. Well, I'm probably going to turn off here and call this one quits. It's nice for a little walk out, particularly dog walkers and things like that are obviously going to like it here. Again, it's one of those sort of local places that you're not going to come here otherwise. So there is that free car park, but there's no other facilities here. I'm starting to work on a grading system in my head for these parks and how I'm going to grade or rank them maybe. So more of that in another video. Thanks for sticking with us on this bit. One more visit today and then we're going to call it a day and get back in the car and have another cup of tea, I think. Speak to you in a bit. Right everybody, last stop of the day on the island. We've come to Leysdown Coastal Park, which is on the eastern side of Sheppey, up in the top northeast corner. You can see the weather's getting a bit gnarly here. This park runs adjacent to the seawall, so if we spin round here, you can see there's open ground running down. You can see the seawall on the right hand side, and this is open land with some mown pathways and things going back down towards Minster and Sheerness. Okay, back to me, Floyd. Do you know what I feel like they do those cookery programs, and that's Floyd talking to his cameraman. I feel like that. Get the sign in. That's the way. I'm gonna have to change my staff. Sorry about this, everybody. Right, so the beach is a stone's throw from here. Oh, it's cold, it's wet and horrible. Beach is a stone's throw. There's a lovely cafe on the road. I'm going to go over. We're going to go look at the beach because there are walks along the promenade, which have fantastic views. Not today, I feel, however. There's a cafe here. Looks quite nice and new with toilet blocks on it. So let's spin it around. Let's go and have a look at the beach. It's going to be horrible. Follow, Floyd. Follow. Keep coming. See, this cafe looks as if it's reasonably new here. And there's a car park. Can you get my head in there still, are you? There's a car park as well. Let's go look at the beach. Oh. Keep up, Floyd. Okay, views aren't all that today. You can see we're parked in the car park down there. Leysdown Football Club changing rooms, the cafe, Leysdown Country, Leysdown Coastal Park, as I say, follows along the wall there, and the beach. Mainly shingle, there's little bits of sand, mainly a shingle beach. Right. Let's tell you a little bit about the history. I'm going to cut off and come back to you and look at my notes for a second. I'll speak to you in a second. Right, I'm going to read my notes here. This area of the Isle of Sheppey has got some historical importance Oh, it's horrible here. Right, so it's famous in aviation history. At the beginning of the 20th century, the Wright brothers, pioneers of early flight, can you tell I'm reading this? Made the Isle of Sheppey a focal point for British aviation. They commissioned the Short brothers, who had already set up a factory on the land between Leysdown and Shellness, that way, to build aeroplanes. So they were building aeroplanes to fly Eastchurch, which again is a town on the Isle of Sheppey. Nearby Muswell Manor was the headquarters for the early aviators, and they became the base for the Royal Aero Club of Great Britain, which I believe then went on to become the Royal Air Force in the future. The first pilot's licence was actually issued from here as well. Today there's a Grade 2 listed building, which is a popular holiday centre. It's got lots of early aviation memorabilia available. I'll tell you what, we've had a good day on the Isle of Sheppey. We've been to Barton Coastal Point. That was the highlight of the day. That was in the previous video. So today, in this video, we've covered 2 Woodland community parks and this Leysdown Park. Community parks are a really nice idea. It's nice they've got little car parks. They're not places, again, that you're going to visit unless you're a local in the area though. Yeah, there's no facilities or anything like that, but if you're passing or staying locally or something like that, want to get out and walk the dog, oh my word, it's horrible here. Anything like that, they're great. Leysdown Country Park, obviously you can see the beach, would be nice in the summer, but on a March afternoon in the wind and the rain, we've got the place to ourselves pretty much. Don't rush down unless you've got a dog and you need to go out. But Isle of Sheppey's been a nice place to visit, nice mix of rural and urban stuff. A lot of new housing development going on this island since I've been here before. We've had a nice time. Come and visit the Isle of Sheppey. Thanks very much, thanks for sticking with us. Thank you to my assistant camera person, whose name is still going to remain nameless. Let's go and get a cup of tea, it's blooming cold. Thanks everybody, catch you next time.